Hey, God. Hey, everybody. Hold on a second. Hold on. All right. Sorry about that. I forgot it. I had taken off my earring and I just decided to put it back on right now. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and play some recap from today and then we're gonna talk about it, okay? And I'm gonna play from the second half of the day. This is the second half when we came back from lunch. Where did I get those loops, Linda? I can't recall. I'll be getting stuff there's a place called Versona, and there's different places that I get my earrings from. I don't pay much from because I always lose earrings, so I don't pay nothing for them. The cheaper the better for me. And then I don't have sensitive skin, so then my ears don't break out.
Madam, we may continue. Right?
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe my last question was, do you recall her being at this party that you were at prior to the shooting on the highway with the car?
I can't recall.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Gaither and Detective Dennis that she was present at the pool party that occurred prior to the shooting on the highway?
I don't know, I guess.
Do you remember? Do you not remember?
I don't recall.
All right.
Look at him. He's so funny. Just yawning.
Did you know if Bushi had a relationship or friendship with Nut and Nut's family?
I don't know.
Do you recall telling police that she knew both families and she was putting up posters like it was her family? Putting up posters of Nut like
I don't recall.
Were you concerned about Bushi being on the phone at the pool party prior to you leaving the pool party? I can approach about why it's relevant. It'll be a speaking objection.
All right, come on up.
Look at him, y'all. Look at him. She also has the question regarding to the court reporter typing. She also records. As well. She has a tape recorder that records. It's into the system, and it records what is being said as well. And this is when he had a fit. This is when they told him to get up again. He had a fit this time. He was like, why you keep telling me to get up? So he got annoyed because he was trying to take a nap. I saw him trying to take a nap up there. And the judge, well, the guy, the bailiff asked him to come down. So he was like, he keep asking me to get up. He was pissed off. I know for a fact, guys, he watches this. Woody, hey, Woody. Hey, little Woody.
Whatever she asked me, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna agree to that.
Okay, sorry. Somebody just posted these clips. This whole internet's going crazy over Woody. Let me find. Keep it solid, Woody. That's what somebody says. Money Dream Entertainment. Hey, Woody, your next answer when she says, do you recall? Say, I recall when you had me in the chamber. Tell me to lie. Lauren, funny. So you reading the chat? Yes, I am reading the chat. Now I am. I wasn't reading it before. T-Mac. Yeah, he has gone viral. He has gone viral. Hello, everybody. I didn't where is the picture of London? London on the track? I put it on Twitter, but I can show y'all. Let me send it to my phone so you guys can see it. Hold on a second. Let me send it to my email, I meant to say, so you guys can see it.
My last question was, did you see Bushi on the phone at the pool party? Do you remember seeing her on the phone at the pool party?
I don't recall.
Do you remember telling Detective Dennis and Detective Gaither that you did see her on the phone at the pool party?
I don't recall.
Look at his eyes, y'all.
Do you remember who was with you at the pool party?
I don't recall.
Do you recall
got
telling
tired of them.
Detective Thorpe that Shannon was with you at the pool party?
I don't recall.
Now, on the shooting on the highway, do you recall how many cars were shooting at your car?
I don't recall.
Do you recall telling
That's
Detective
gonna be
Gaither
hard.
and Detective
I don't
Dennis that it
recall.
was two cars shooting at you, or excuse me, two cars with you on the highways, your car and another car?
I don't recall.
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither and Detective Dennis that Boo was in a car?
I don't recall.
I mean, I don't recall.
When you heard the pow, pow, pow in the vehicle, what did you do?
Thought I was tripping.
Did you duck down in the car?
No, I turned the radio down to make sure I wasn't tripping.
After you turned the radio down and made sure you wasn't tripping, did you do anything with your body?
Did I do anything with my body?
Yes.
I don't recall.
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither and Detective Dennis that you ducked down in the vehicle?
I guess I don't recall.
Okay. Were you able to drive the car after the shooting?
Yeah, I didn't leave it.
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither and Detective Dennis that the car stopped working? You tried to hit the gas and it stopped working.
I don't recall.
Do you recall if anyone told you to
Thank
try to
you.
keep going
God bless.
even though the car was stopped?
I don't recall.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Gaither, God bless you, Detective Gaither, Detective Dennis, that he was telling me to go, 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 and I'm like, I can't because the car don't work.
I think the car did stop working for a second. I think the car did stop working.
Do you recall anyone trying to tell you to go even though the car has stopped working?
I don't recall.
All right. After the car stopped working, do you recall hearing any more shots?
Not because I got out the car.
Do you remember telling Detective Gaither and Detective Dennis that you heard more shots going pow, pow, pow? You ducked down, but there was some others behind you.
I don't recall, I guess.
Okay. Do you not recall?
Don't say I think that's what happened. I think I don't remember if I got out the car and I think another car did start shooting. If I'm not tripping.
Do you remember the two types of cars that was out there shooting at you all?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I thought the people that was with me, I don't remember.
Okay, what were you about to say? You thought the people who was with you, what?
I don't remember.
Everybody
Do
laugh.
you remember one of the cars being a gray Impala with tinted windows?
I don't recall.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Gaither and Detective Dennis that there was, when you looked up, you saw a car, a gray Impala with tinted windows?
I don't recall.
He is so funny, y'all.
Do you recall hearing even more shots after those first two set of shots?
Huh?
Do you recall hearing more shots even after the first two set of shots that were fired?
I don't get what you're asking.
Did you hear any more shots while you were being shot at on the highway?
I think I told you what I heard.
Why didn't you call the police? Why didn't you call the police?
Gotta get my lid back.
You want to get your lick back?
I don't know why I didn't call the police.
Okay, well, what did you just say? You want to get your lick back?
I stay in that question.
Was your brother in the car with you when it was getting shot at?
No,
So why did you have your brother call the police and not you?
because it was his car.
But did the shooting happen to you
Wait a minute.
The shooting happened to the car.
while you were in it?
Oh my God, yeah! Did he just? Did you hear what he said? He told her, "Why did you call?" She asked him, "Why did you call the police when the car got hit?" He said, "It's not my car." Then he goes and say, "I didn't get shot. The car got shot."
The car was shot, not me.
While you were in the car was shot?
The car was shot, not me.
I understand. While you were in the car.
I state an objection.
So, because the car was shot while you were in it, why didn't you call the police?
Because it wasn't my car. I didn't have license. It wasn't my car.
Okay. So, did you not call because you didn't have a license?
I state an objection.
Look at his face.
Now, during this interview, did you ever tell investigators?
Let me tell you what the reason why I'm laughing so hard is because y'all, every time he walks by me in the courtroom, he goes like this to me. He keeps walking by, and I'm like, and then when he gets behind the two doors, he knows I'm looking at him. I'm looking at him over there, and and he knows that the lady's standing there watching him, so he just try to talk to me, but not allow the lady to see him say hi to me. It's so funny, y'all. It's just really funny. It's funny.
Investigator Gaither and Investigator Dennis about the beef between you and Kel,
Probably so.
telling her about the beef between you and Kel.
Probably whatever I could have convinced them to make them believe
Make them believe what?
me.
And so were you telling them the truth?
It depends on who listened.
It was Gaither and Dennis.
I don't know what you saying.
I asked you, did you tell them the truth? Your response was, it depends on who's listening.
I state the question.
Did you want to tell the truth to Dennis and Gaither?
Yeah, she cuts him off.
I got a very difficult time telling the truth to investigators if I feel they are after me.
Okay, so I'm asking you, in this January interview, did you tell them the truth about the beef that was happening between you and Kel?
I don't know what I don't told them. That's why I'm trying to be careful what I say right now.
During that interview, did you tell them about going to Club Crucial every Monday?
Probably so.
Did you tell them that even when you went to Crucial, you never fought with Kel except for one time?
Me and him never fought. I told you he put his hand on me.
Okay. Did you tell Detective Gaither, fuck yeah, but we never fought? We never fought, not one time. Did you
You see how she cussed, right? And then she goes and chastises him.
tell them?
I'm overruled the objection, sir.
Did you tell that to Detective Gaither?
If that's what it said.
Do you recall telling that to Detective Gaither?
Can you say it again?
Sure. Do you recall telling Detective Gaither in reference to Kel, fuck yeah, but we never
Again,
fought.
twice.
We never fought, not one time.
Why I say fuck yeah for?
I don't know.
I'm trying to hear what you said before that.
I'm asking you about that particular line. Do you recall, yes or no, Mr. Copeland? If
I
you
don't
said-
recall.
All right.
All right, before you pose the next question, I have a request to take a comfort break. So Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take 10 minutes and we'll see where afternoon leads us at that point. All right, we're in recess. All rise.
I think the judge is tired of this. Good face.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our jury's left us. We'll be in recess 10 minutes.
Right, I'm gonna go forward. Hold on. I'm gonna go all the way to where he gets back on the stand. Right here. All right, let's go.
All rise for the jury. Pam. Pam. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Deputy Hudson, all jurors present? All jurors present, Your Honor. All right, Ms. Hilton, madam, you may continue.
No, yeah, I'll show that. Let me go get it for y'all while I play this one. Okay?
So I believe I left off talking about the beef with you and Kel. Do you recall telling detectives that initially it was just about y'all throwing money and you throw money on them and they throwing money back on you? That's what the beef initially was all about.
Yes.
Do you also recall Kel being upset that you hung with Boo?
Yes.
Okay. Why was he upset that you hung with Boo?
I didn't ask him.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Gaither that he was upset because he believed that Boo snitched on Mo?
Yes.
Yes, you recall telling Gaither that?
I sustain the objection.
Do you recall independently Kel being upset with you because you hung out with Boo? Do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay. And do you recall saying to Kel, whatever Boo did has nothing to do with me?
Yes.
Now, do you recall in this January 28th interview, speaking with Detective Gaither and Detective Dennis about this conversation between Thug and Kel at the Cascade skating rink in more detail?
Can you say it again?
Sure. Do you remember in the January 28th interview talking to Detective Gaither and Detective Dennis about the conversation that Kel and Thug had at the Cascade skating rink?
Yes.
Okay. What do you remember telling Detective Gaither about that phone call?
I don't recall.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Gaither in this January 28th interview?
Sure.
It's a prior and consistent statement.
I will rule the objection. Overruled, sir. Okay. You may answer the question, sir.
Do you recall? I'll ask the question again. Do you recall Thug and Kel speaking while at the Cascade Skating Ring in 2015?
I don't recall.
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither about that phone call?
Yes.
Okay. What do you remember telling Detective Gaither about that phone call?
I don't recall.
My word for word.
Whatever you remember.
Ah!
Oh, I don't know. I don't recall.
Okay. Do you remember first telling Detective Gaither that you and Kel had said that the beef was over? You told Detective Gaither this.
Yes.
Do you recall again telling Detective Gaither in this interview that Kel asked you to call Thug?
Yes.
Do you recall what Thug said in 2015 to Kel?
Yes.
Yes, you remember what Thug said?
No.
I don't recall what was said. I don't remember what was said.
Okay.
I don't remember
He just said
me
yes.
talking to the investigators about it.
All right. Do you remember telling Detective Gaither that when Kel got on the phone, that Thug said the beef ain't over with until you pay for my window? You shot my window.
Yes.
Yes, you remember telling Detective Gaither that?
I don't remember what I done told the police.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Are you just saying yes now to speed up your questioning?
Most definitely.
Okay.
He said most definite.
Now, do you recall independently that after Thug told Kel, beef ain't over with until you pay for my window, you shot my window, that you told Kel what you told Kel?
Yes.
What do you remember telling Kel?
I don't recall.
Yes.
So you told Kel, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you recall telling Kel, look, what y'all got going on, this has nothing to do with me?
Yes.
Do you recall also that you told Thug that your beef with Kel is over with?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall what Thug said to you after you said that?
Yes.
What did he say to you?
I don't recall.
What did who say to me?
What did Thug say to you?
When?
While he was on FaceTime at the Cascade Skating Ring.
Oh God.
Who was on FaceTime at the Cascade Game Ring?
Do you remember testifying earlier that you told Detective Thorpe in January 11th that Kel and Thug,
I don't remember what I told the investigator or Detective Thorpe or whatever.
Oh
do
God.
you remember telling Detective Gaither in this January 28th interview that Thug said, nigga, I don't care about none of it. Look what y'all got going on. You still shot at me. Just pay for my window. You gonna pay for my window. Hey man, I ain't letting that go.
Yes.
Yes, you remember Thug saying that?
No, you don't remember.
Thug say that?
You said yes, so I'm asking you, what do you remember?
Cause I keep telling you I don't remember. You keep asking me questions, so I'm just saying yes.
Okay, so
They lucky I'm not on that witness. I mean, I'm not a juror.
are you saying yes, that's what you told Detective Gaither?
I know I ain't complete school, but I think I'm speaking proper English. I told you I don't recall nothing I said to no polices. You keep sitting right here asking me the same question over and over and over and over and over. I'm tired of it. I'm drained.
Okay. Well, if you would just answer the questions
I
properly.
am
we can
answering the
move
question.
forward.
You ask me, I say yes, yes. You keep when I say yes, you ask me the same question over and over and over and over and over.
But did you just tell the court and this jury that you're saying yes just to move the process along?
I think I said it loud and clear.
So again, will you just answer the questions and we can move the process along?
You keep asking. Okay, yes.
Is that what are you answering yes to?
Your question.
Are you lying when you say yes?
Huh?
Are you lying when you say yes?
Am I lying about what?
Any question that I've asked you so far?
Overruled, sir.
I'm sorry.
I can't be lying because I told you up front that I don't recall.
During the January 28th interview, let me ask you this. Do you remember back in 2015,
Face, y'all. Look at his face. Look at his face.
after Thug and Kel got off the phone, did you speak with Kel anymore about that conversation that he had with Thug?
I don't recall.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Gaither that Kel asked for you to call Nut so that y'all could talk about what his conversation was with Thug?
I don't recall.
Do you recall whether or not you just told Kel to just pay for the window?
I don't recall having a conversation with Kel. Me and him would never have a conversation together.
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither, so you hung up the phone and me and Kel started talking like, man, bro, it's over, bro, just pay for the window?
I don't talk like that.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Gaither that Kel's response was, I pay for a window, that nigga tried me?
Say that again.
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither that Kel's response to you was, I pay for a window, that nigga tried me?
I said that. I'm trying to understand who said what.
I'm asking you, do you recall telling Detective Gaither?
Overruled, sir.
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither that?
I don't recall.
All right. Do you recall telling Detective Gaither that you said you told Kel you got a problem with Thug, you don't have a problem with me?
You asking me what now?
I'm asking you, do you remember telling Detective Gaither
Hey, I don't know who
that
made a face at.
in response to what Kel said, you said to Kel, you got a problem with Thug, you don't have a problem with me?
So why am I talking to Kel if that was true? I don't recall.
Okay.
I don't recall.
Thank you.
I don't recall. I don't recall. I don't recall.
Okay.
Mm,
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither also about the night at Club Crucial when Kel hit you in the back of the head?
I probably did.
Do you recall going in more detail with Detective Gaither about what happened that Monday that Kel punched you in the back of the head?
You say that again?
Sure. Do you remember going in more detail with Detective Gaither and Detective Dennis about that Monday night at Crucial?
I don't know. I don't know to recall.
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither about the type of money that you had? You had a whole bunch of hundreds and a whole bunch of 20s.
Probably so.
Do you remember saying that or you don't remember?
I don't remember. I don't remember when they was questioning me. Whatever I said, I don't recall what I said.
Okay.
It was just I can't repeat what I said because I just said what I said.
And what you told them was that the truth about what happened that Monday at Club Crucial?
I told them whatever I said to them is what I told them. So when they asked me questions, whatever I thought I wanted to say, that's what I said.
Was it the truth or were you just making stuff up?
He told you made stuff up. I don't understand what part of make us stuff up.
I don't recall what I was telling them, so I can't answer that.
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither in a little more detail that you walked up and you tried to dap up Kel, but he did not grab your hand?
I'm not walking up there, nobody up.
Do you remember saying to Detective Gaither, so they walked up like, is it good, bro? I'm like, yeah, all good. I reached out the other hand, but he didn't grab my hand.
I don't recall saying it.
Okay. Do you recall seeing an individual named Pokey at Club Crucial on this same night where Kel punched you in the back of the head?
Okay, let me make myself clear, right?
Oh, here we go.
'Cause
Here
you
we
keep asking me about
There you go.
things I don't told investigators in the past.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
From I can't say from when to when, but so much was going on. My name was on everything. The police kept coming to grab me. Every time they grabbed me, I had a different story for them. I know 100% facts, and I'm telling you now, I was not truthful. I was saying whatever they wanted me to say. I was saying whatever I could come up with. I was trying my best to convince them that I didn't do nothing, that I'm an innocent person, and that people put their hands on me. When they ask me about any of these things, you sitting here keep asking me step by step by step by step. And I'm telling you now, because you asked me, was I being truthful?
Okay.
I know I wasn't being truthful.
See, he
So
telling
your testimony today that you lied in every interview that you did in 2015?
lied.
See, you the way you asked me that, I don't recall what I was saying in the interviews, but I'm telling you now, when they was questioning me 2015, 14, whenever they was questioning me, I was lying. I was making up stories. So when they were asking me about this right here, I was making it up. When they were asking me about this right here, I was making it up. And when they was getting me and they would let me go, I'm just telling you.
Do you recall telling every detective?
Every time they got me, I have told the police, I tell y'all whatever y'all want to hear, just let me go.
Do you recall telling every detective in every interview, you got to believe me, I'm telling y'all the truth? Okay.
That sound like me.
Do you recall telling every detective in every interview that you can go fact check what I'm telling you?
Say that again.
Sure. Do you recall telling every detective in every interview that you had in 2015, you can go check what I'm saying so you can believe me?
Probably, I don't know if I said it or ain't said it.
In some of those interviews, were you in custody? Were you arrested in some of those interviews?
I think so.
Okay. Do you recall telling detectives in those interviews that you're just trying to get out of jail? So I'm going to tell you all what happened so you can check it and I can get out of jail.
Yeah, I told the investigators that I remember, I think in one of the interviews, they was locking me up and my child's birthday was coming up. And when they got me, I said, listen, man, whatever y'all want me to say, I would tell you right now. Just tell me what to say and I would say it. Tell me what y'all want to know and I would tell you. So if they would have asked me about President Trump, I would have had a story about Trump. If they would ask me about you, I would have had a story about you. Whatever to convince them that I ain't do nothing, it wasn't me. That's what my intention was. So you're asking me about interviews, and I keep telling you, you keep asking me step by 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 step. This is what I did. when they got me on this day and I was going to jail, I try to come up with something to tell them. That's why I can't tell you what I said. I was making it up.
What benefit would it be for you to lie
To get
to the
out.
police if you were trying not to be in trouble?
I was hoping to convince them so they could let me go.
So why would you lie to convince them?
What you mean? Why would I lie to convince them?
Right. Why would you lie to convince them if you wanted
Because he
to
wanted to
not go
go.
to jail?
Why would I lie to convince them to not go to jail?
Right.
But they don't know that I'm lying.
Well, they didn't let you go immediately, did they?
Sometimes they let me go.
He said, don't know that.
So
Let me.
when the time they let me go, I thought I was smarter than them.
Did the detective say that they had to fact check what you said before they let you go?
Can you say that again?
Sure. Did the detectives tell you that they had to fact check what you were telling them?
And you know, in certain situations.
Right. And so what benefit would it be to lie if they told you that they had to fact check it?
Oh, it was no benefit because what they did was they picked and choose where they wanted to take from me, and they still left me in jail. So they came back and beat me in the butt.
So going back to my question from January 28th, 2015.
He really came back and bit him in the
Did
butt.
you see Pokey at the club?
Do you want me to
Crucial?
be honest with you? I think I just did. I just told you the God honest truth of what I did from January from 2014 until 2021. Every time they got me, they already know me. They already know I got a whole bunch of bullshit to say.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna ask you to refrain from cursing.
Oh,
What harm?
Oh, sorry, everybody. No disrespect. I'm sorry about that. But
Overruled, sir. Overruled, sir.
overruled, sir.
What harm would have come from telling the truth about you and your friends?
She just got
can
mad.
you explain it?
Sure.
She got mad because he.
What harm? Why would you need to lie if you were just trying to tell them about what you and your friends were
God.
doing?
What-
I sustain the objection.
Going back to the January 28th interview, understanding that you said you lied, did you tell Detective Gaither that you saw Pokey in Club Crucial on the Monday night where
I'm gonna go to bed, but we don't have to go.
Kel knocked you in the back of the head?
I don't recall what I said.
Do you know who Pokey is?
Yes, I do.
Who is Pokey?
A friend,
Of who?
me.
Okay. Is Pokey related to anyone?
What you mean?
Is Pokey related to Thug?
Is he related to Doug?
Yes, sir.
He may. I can't. He might be.
Have you previously told police that Pokey is Thug's nephew?
Well, if I did, then I guess he is.
Okay. Since you're saying that everything is a lie in all of these interviews, in January 28th, did you tell Detective Gaither and Detective Guinness on the same Monday at Crucial that you walked to the kitchen and everyone was looking back and everybody was walking behind you?
Can you say that again?
Sure. Did you tell Detective Gaither on that did you tell Detective Gaither in that January 28th interview that while you were at Club Crucial,
tired,
that you
y'all.
walked towards the kitchen, you looked back and you saw everybody walking behind you?
I don't recall what I told investigator, detective, whichever one.
Okay. Did you also tell Detective Gaither in that interview that you put your hand in your pocket, you turned around, and you and Kel were face to face?
I don't recall what I told the investigator.
Did you also tell Detective Gaither in that same interview?
Sir. I sustain the objection. You can rephrase, madam.
Did Kel walk behind you and bust you and hit you in the back of the head, grab you and throw you down?
I'm gonna overrule the objection, Mr. Steele.
Did that occur? Yes or no?
Can you say that again?
Sure. On that Monday night at Club Crucial, did Kel walk behind you, punch you in the back of the head, grab you and throw you down?
No, he walked up to me.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Gaither that soon he punched me in the back of the head, grabbed me and threw me down?
No, he walked up to me and hit me in the face.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Gaither what I just asked you?
I don't recall what I told Detective Gate.
When he threw you down, do you remember what happened?
I never hit the ground.
What's the basis for your objection, sir? I'll sustain the question.
What happened after he threw you down?
I never touched the ground.
Did you tell Detective Gaither in the January 28th interview, when he threw me down, he had his hands on me and he started pulling at your zipper?
I don't recall what I told the investigators. But after he hit me in the face, I ducked my head and went through the crowd of them.
At any time, do you remember him grabbing your pockets?
I don't recall.
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither that he grabbed your pocket and he was trying to get in?
Nobody never took that from me.
Okay. I know earlier you said your head swelled up. Do you recall any other part of your body swelling up?
No, I don't recall.
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither, another person hit me and say, boom, my eye swole up?
I don't recall telling it to them, but somebody else did hit me.
Okay. Do you remember about how many people were hitting
I don't
you?
know. I don't know if they're gonna get the cross.
No.
Earlier, you said that you ran out of the club. Do you remember telling Detective Gaither, I was really trying to run, but I can't run because they was holding me? They more or less were trying to take your money.
Nah, I never tried to run.
Are you saying now you never tried to run?
No, I just ducked my head and I didn't run, but
Robin, I
I
don't.
just ducked my head and they mainly, after whoever hit me, after they hit me, nobody else didn't touch me.
Okay. Did they ever try to grab your money?
I don't know if somebody tried to intentionally grab my money, but as I'm going through a crowd of people, I was brushing up against people grabbing me and stuff, but not in a way to actually take something from me that I recall.
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither they were grabbing the money, but they wouldn't get it out the zipper right?
I don't recall what I told investigators.
Now, earlier, do you recall Bloody J fighting outside?
Now I was swole, so I was in the parking lot trying to get in my car.
Do you remember telling Detective Gaither that Moonsunk was fighting Bloody J?
I don't recall.
Now, what was your relationship like with Bloody J?
What you mean?
Were you cool with him?
Was I cool with him?
Yes.
I don't know how to answer that.
How would you describe your interactions with Bloody J?
What you mean?
Do you remember telling Detective Gaither that you've been trying to help Bloody J get in back with them?
I'm trying to help him with?
Get back in with them.
Oh, I don't know what was taking place. I talked to the investigators. I was trying to tell them whatever I think I can convince them to believe. I don't get in people's business to be knowing what they be having going on. But I'm good with coming up with a story.
What would talking about Bloody J have to do? Why would that help you get out of?
Because the investigators they just, I don't know, like they so focused on me. I'm trying to get them off of me. They need to go focus on somebody else and get their attention off me.
I think he's stumped.
earlier, do you recall saying that when you went to speak with Detective Thorpe on January 11, 2015, you went down there because Detective Thorpe called you and told you to called you, and that's why you went down there? Do you remember saying that earlier today?
I believe after they shot somebody, one of my family members, my baby mama house up, that's when the investigators called me. Because they said that it related to something. I don't know. I can't really remember exactly, but that's when I went down for questioning.
And did you go there voluntarily?
What they mean?
Did you go there because you wanted to go there yourself?
I went there because people told me to go there.
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither that everybody's like, nah, wait on them to call you? And I was like, I ain't want to wait. You know what I'm saying? I ain't do it.
I don't recall what I told them.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Gaither? So they were like, just wait. And I'm like, so I wait, but I kept asking more people because they had shot up my girl mama house.
Most time I talked to the police, they had to come and get me.
Did they come get you on January 11th?
They didn't have to
Okay, you drove down there you had Moonsoon take you down there.
because everybody was telling me to go down there.
Okay, and Moonsoon, didn't you encourage Moonsoon to come and talk to the police too?
Say that again?
Did you encourage Moonsoon to come and talk to the police?
I think I remember telling him that if they said, man, you did it, you need to come in here with me.
And do you remember him telling him, nah, I'm gonna wait for them to come to me?
No, I think he told me to give the investigator his number and tell him if they wanted him to call him, if I'm not mistaken.
Do you remember telling Detective Gaither? I came out here, I got Moonsoon, and I'm like, you don't want to come in and talk to him, bruh? You know your name in it, bruh. And he's like, shit, I'll wait on them to call me.
There she goes. She cussing.
I know Detective Gator she got somebody against me. She making her business to try to get me. So anytime that she trying to question me, I'm gonna spin her every chance I get.
Uh-oh.
But I do not recall what I told her when she questioned me. But when she questioned me, I know she trying to get me.
Okay. Is Detective Gaither able to tell you the answers that are coming out of your mouth?
I sustain the question as to form.
Does Detective Gaither know what you think, what you're going to say?
I sustain the question.
In the January 28th interview, let me ask you this before I ask you that. Do you know what the relationship was like between Nut and Thug back in 2015?
No.
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither, at least in the January 28th interview, that Nut and Thug was cool?
I don't recall.
All right. Do you recall telling Detective Gaither, on God, I didn't even know?
There's objection. I sustain the question. I'll sustain the question.
I think the question was, back in 2015, did you know the relationship between Nut and Thug?
It's still subject to foundation. I'm staying.
But now I'm impeaching him on what he told detective about.
He told you he already lied. So what do you
I
need to
sustained
impeach
the
him
question
for?
before. You still need
Yeah.
to lay some foundation
No.
as to how they knew each other in that particular time period. Okay, that was the basis of Mr. Steele's objection.
Back in 2015, were you familiar with Nut?
Yes.
And were you familiar with Thug?
Well, what do familiar mean?
Well, you just answered that you were familiar with Nut. So
No.
I sustain the question. Inform
What?
the question.
When I just asked you, were you familiar with Nut? And you said yes. Why did you say yes?
Because people have different definition of word things, and I knew of Nut.
Okay.
If that's the same, then I guess.
Did you spend more time with Nut or with Thug back in 2015?
I spent more time with Thug. I didn't hang around Nut.
Did Thug ever speak with you about his relationship with Nut?
No.
Did you ever observe Thug and Nut together?
I never saw those two together. I never been around those two together. No, it never crossed my mind.
So how were you able to tell Detective Gaither that Nut and Thug was cool?
Because they're questioning me and I'm trying to get them off of me. And she asked me questions about Nut and Thug, I guess. And I'm telling her whatever she asked me, let's say she asked me a question about the sky. I'm gonna say, yeah, I seen the sky. It's blue. Whatever she asked me, I'm gonna agree to that. I'm gonna say whatever she asked me. If she asked me about this reporter right here, I'm gonna say, yep, she's sitting outside me with white tennis shoes on. I'm gonna say something. Just because I want her to believe I'm telling her the truth. That I want her to get me out of jail.
What, she has on white tennis shoes, don't she?
Don't you got on white tennis shoes? She got on Chucks.
Right, and they white, right?
What color your shoes is?
We were cracking up, y'all. We were cracking up.
She got on Chucks.
So you telling the truth,
What color your shoes is? She said they white.
right? So you're telling the truth then.
Well, it depends. See, you pick what you want to tell them.
So did you also tell Gaither in another interview that Nut and Thug had problems?
Can you say it again?
Did you also tell Gaither in another interview that Nut and Thug had problems?
See, you saying it right then and there.
So my question for you is, how would you be aware? How did you know about any relationship between Nut and Thug?
I didn't.
You're looking serious too. Mickey, that's why we doing these recap.
Earlier, I asked you about the time you spent in Miami. I mean, you recalled you didn't remember. Do you recall telling Detective Gaither that you spent about a week in Miami?
I don't recall what I told whoever you just said.
He said, I don't remember what you did. Whatever, whoever you said.
Now, when you came back from Miami, did you have any concern about Thug and you and your relationship?
What you mean?
Did you have any concerns about Thug and you and your relationship?
You asking me?
I am.
Yeah, did I have any concern?
Yes.
I just left on with Young Thug?
Yes.
And what my concern was?
I'm asking you if you had any.
If I just left with him, why would I have any?
Do you remember telling Detective Gaither, so we came back and it was like Thug was trying to get rid of me? You know what
Yeah,
I'm
me
saying?
too.
Had to switch it up.
You had to switch it up.
I had to switch it up
Why did you have to switch it up?
because they kept targeting me.
Who is the they?
Investigator Gaither and Dennis.
Why did you have to switch it up to say that Thug was trying to get rid of you? What would that?
Oh, I don't know what I don't. No. Oh, let's go back.
Okay.
Let's go back.
Now I said that he was trying to get rid of me.
Yes.
That's what I told her.
Yeah.
I don't recall what I told her.
Okay, you don't recall that.
Y'all should see when the judge blows his nose how he act.
Do you remember any conversations between you and Thug regarding having a hit on your head?
You said, do I remember having a conversation with Thug about somebody having heat on my head?
Yes.
No, I don't recall.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Gaither that Thug called you and said, bruh, they said I got a hit on your head? And you were like, bruh, you do? And he was like, nigga. And then y'all started laughing.
Oh, you saying that I said Thug had hit out on my head? That's what I'm trying to, because
Yes, do you recall?
I thought you were saying that me and him having a conversation and you saying someone else said he had a hit, someone else have a hit on my head?
God bless you.
Are you saying that Young Thug had a hit on my head?
I'm saying, do you recall having a conversation with Thug in which you discussed having a hit on your head? Was my initial question.
Can you ask me that one more time?
Sure.
Can you ask me that one more
Independently,
time?
do you recall back in 2015 having a conversation with Thug about having a hit on your head?
So it was a conversation. I'm trying to make sure I understand you. It was a conversation I was having with him,
Yes.
and I told him that he had a hit on my head.
Just generally.
I'm trying to see, am I understanding you right?
Right, I'm asking you. I'm clarifying. Do you recall generally just having a conversation with Thug about having a hit on your head? Just generally.
So you saying I'm trying to, I don't understand you.
Sure.
You saying I'm talking to him, me and him talking, I'm telling him that he has a hit on my head.
No.
That's what I'm trying to see what you're saying.
I'm asking you, do you remember just being on the phone with Thug and having a conversation about a hit on your head?
I don't know. I don't get. I don't understand. I don't know how to answer that. I don't know. I don't recall. I don't know.
All right. Do you remember telling Detective Gaither that you and Thug were on the phone and Thug said to you, bruh, they say I got a hit on your head? Do you recall telling Detective Gaither that?
I don't recall.
Okay. And do you recall to tell Detective Gaither in response to that, you said, you do? And then he responded, nigga, and then y'all started laughing.
I don't recall.
Okay.
He laughed. Oh, he ain't look at this time.
Do you recall Thug telling you about any concerns that his family had with hanging around you?
I don't think I said family, but I do remember people was coming to me telling me things.
Telling you things about what?
I'll sustain the objection.
Do you remember telling Detective Gaither that Thug told you that they're saying on the street that you and Thug had beef?
No, I don't recall it.
Okay. And that you said you told Thug, man, I haven't heard anything like that.
I think I just told you that right now.
Okay. Do you recall Detective Gaither asking you why would people think that he had a hit on you?
I don't remember what I told the investigators.
Do you remember telling Detective Gaither, like I told you, because everybody in the street saying I did it, and if they kill me, everybody, it is going to go away. Do you remember telling her that?
Okay, y'all. What I'm gonna do since it's taking a little time,
I remember that.
I'm gonna show you
I
guys
remember
my
I
camera.
remember people coming to me, telling me things that was making me think was people was telling me stuff that was trying to get in my, people was getting in my head and making me believe things. And I started being paranoid, thinking stuff.
When you were in Miami with Thug, what was his demeanor like towards you?
Here we go. Here we
How
go.
did he act around you?
What you mean? I was with my baby mom.
Were you ever around him in Miami?
Like, I was there, but we wasn't, I had to deal with my baby mama and my little girl.
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither in this January 28th interview, like at first, like we was just chilling, like he was treating me like a brother. But even when I went to Miami, he stood back and stuff. But just like he wasn't happy with me around no more, it felt different.
Again, you bringing up conversation I don't told the investigators. Well, I know they trying to get me. So again, because I wasn't clear the first time, obviously. When investigator Gaither was after me, my whole intentions was to get them off of me.
You said that Detective Gaither was after you. Was Detective Gaither the investigator that investigated when you, your baby mother, and your child were shot?
I don't know who was the investigator.
Did you speak with her about that incident with you, your child's mother, and your baby was shot?
When she, anytime I spoke with her, I think she asked me about everything, like this whole thing. So I don't know what I don't told her, what I ain't told her.
Do you recall her telling you that she was the investigator that was going to investigate the incident with you, your child's mother, and your child being shot?
Okay.
Interviews, a lot of stuff started changing. You got to be more specific because at one point, the police were targeting me so much that I was turning against everybody. I was thinking everybody was out to get me. So when the investigators started asking me questions, whoever they started asking me questions was, they started becoming a problem with me because I started thinking that everybody was out to me. So I can't tell you what I said to Investigator Gaither, Dennis, any other investigator that questioned me. All I can tell you is that I was in a messed up state of mind, and you asked me about questions that I was supposed to be asked back then. That if I say something, you're gonna say, "Oh, I might impeach him," or whatever the word is you use. When I don't know, I can't answer that.
Independently, did you feel different around Thug while you were in Miami?
She asked the same question.
Did I? I would never stay down there a week with him.
I'm asking you.
I don't recall. I don't recall how I was being down in Miami.
All right. During that interview, do you recall giving Investigator Gaither Moonsung's phone number?
Is it?
That's the question.
He was waiting.
Is that
After the shooting on the highway.
I remember Moonton told me that if they wanted to question him about what happened, that it was okay to get on his number and they can call him.
Do you remember his phone number back then?
No, I don't even remember my phone number right. And did I have them?
Okay. Do you recall giving the phone number 404?
Sir, do you have objection?
You told us to get the last 4 numbers.
That's fine.
Okay, all right.
Was it 8935? Do you recall giving the number 8935?
I don't recall.
Okay, let me just go on a little bit further and then I'll stop. I like when he gets upset. Look his face.
Now, at the club, excuse me. And crucial, that Monday night, do you recall who you went to the club with?
I go every Monday night.
That specific Monday night, see the detective, in that exhibit.
Yeah.
You're just, excuse me, this time say like Detective Stacy's in the 378 Yankee Charlie 1.
Any objection to states 378 Yankee Charlie 1? All right, it's admitted and may be published as you see fit. Courtroom. Remember that if anything, let's go through your.
Hold on.
I have other unrelated business in the morning, so you won't need to report tomorrow until.
Hold on.
Judy at the car.
Hold on a second.
No?
Ms. Hilton, can I get you and maybe a representative too?
He's ready to go. The judge is ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he. Okay. Do you have? Okay. You said 2 hours and 31 minutes. 2 hours and 31 minutes. They fight over the mic. Let's see. Hold on. 2 hours and 31 minutes. 2 hours and 31 minutes. This is what you said. They fight over the mic.
What is 372?
Numbers.
And does that number specify something specific?
Overrule.
I believe it has. I'm gonna sustain the objection.
Oh, sustain.
Does the 372 correspond to the letters of DRC on the phone pad?
No.
It could.
Call you.
I gotta look at the phone pad. How do you look at the phone pad to tell?
And is Woody 372 the same Instagram account that I asked you about over the course of the last few days?
During the lunch motion.
I guess.
You said
So
during.
was that your Instagram account?
Hold on, Shay. You said during the lunch motion. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop because I gotta show you guys this other stuff. All right, let me go ahead on because what's the name said she wanted to see the what's the name, the videos. I'm not gonna do too long. I just want to show you a little bit of it. Hold on a second. I'm gonna put my banner up. All right, guys. Here's the footage that I have from my camera. This is not what on the live feed. This is on my own camera. This is Doug side. Just watch it.
Do you recall something to get June, excuse me, January 28th?
Overrule.
Do you recall the thinking while at the Cascade Stadium in 2015 2015.
All right.
Do you recall telling Detective Gator about that phone call?
Yes.
What do you remember telling Detective Gator about?
Deputy look like he needs glasses, y'all. You see how he's squinting over there?
My word.
Whatever you remember.
Oh, I don't know. I don't recall.
Do you remember first time Detective Gator that you and Kel had said that the beef was a
Yes.
do you recall, again, telling Detective Gator in this interview that Kel actually called?
Yes.
Do you recall what Doug said in 2015 to Kel?
Yes.
Yes, you remember what Doug said?
I don't recall what it said. I don't remember what it said. I don't remember me talking to the investigators about.
Do you remember telling Detective Gator that when Kel got on the phone, that Doug said the beef ain't over with, so you pay for my window, you shot?
Yes.
Yes, you remember telling Detective Gator that?
I don't remember what I done told the police.
Let me ask you this, are you just saying yes now to speed up your question?
Okay.
Now, do you recall independently that after Doug told Kevin, we ain't over with to pay for my window, to shot my window, that you told Kel, what you told Kel?
Yes.
What do you remember telling Kel?
Yes.
So you told Kel that?
Yes.
Do you recall telling Kel, look, what y'all got going on, this has nothing to do?
Yes.
Do you recall also that you told Doug that your beef with Kel is over?
Yes.
Do you recall what Doug said to you after you said that?
Yes.
What did he say to you?
What did who say to me?
What did Doug say to you?
When?
While he was on FaceTime at the community line.
Who don't FaceTime the case family?
Do you remember testifying earlier that you told the Texas court for January 11th that Kel and Doug,
I don't remember what I told the investigators, or the check clerk or whatever.
do you remember telling Detective Gator in the January 28th interview that Doug said, "Man, I don't care about none of it. What, look what y'all got going on. You still shot at me. Just pay for my window. I'm gonna pay for my window. Pay me, I let them."
Yes.
Yes, you remember Doug saying that?
Doug said it.
You said yes.
Look, I keep telling you, I remember you keep asking me questions, so I'm just saying yes.
Okay, so. Are you saying, yes, that's what you told Detective Gator?
I know I ain't in school, but I think I'm speaking proper English. I told you.
Look at that.
I don't
Adam
know.
laughing.
I said to no police, you keep sitting right here asking me the same question over and over and over and over and over. Drain.
Well, you just answer the question.
I am asking the question. Yes, I said yes, yes. You keep, when I say yes, you ask me the same question over and over and over and over.
Did you just tell the court to be sure that you're saying yes or no to the problem?
I think I said it loud and clear.
So And we just.
You keep asking, okay, yes,
Is that what it is?
Look at him, y'all.
your question.
No, I answer the question you posed.
Are you lying when you say that?
Huh?
Are you lying when you say that?
Am I lying about it?
Any question out
Thank you now because I told you up front that I don't recall.
during the January 28th interview? After, let me ask you, do you remember back in 2015, after Doug and Kel got off the phone, did you speak with Kel anymore about that conversation you had?
I don't recall.
Do you recall telling Detective Baker that Kel asked, do you recall nothing that y'all could talk about what this conversation was?
I don't recall.
Do you recall whether or not you just told Kel to just pay for the one?
I don't recall having this conversation with Kim. Me and with Mel had a conversation together.
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither that you hung up the phone and me and Kel started talking? Like, man, bro, it's over, bro, just pay for the window.
I don't talk like this.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Gaither that Kel's response was, I paid for the window, and
Say that again.
do you recall telling Detective Gaither that Kel's response to you was, I paid for a window, then I need to try?
I said it. I'm trying to understand who said it.
I'm asking you, do you recall telling Detective Gaither, do you recall telling Detective Gaither?
I don't recall.
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither that you said you told Kel, you got a problem with Doug, you don't have a problem?
You asking me what now?
I'm asking you, do you remember telling Detective Gaither that in response to what Kel said, you said to Kel, you got a problem with Doug, you don't have a problem with me?
So why am I talking to Kim? It was true. I don't recall.
Recall telling Detective Gaither also about the night of Crucial when, Kel hit you in the back of the head.
I probably did.
Do you recall going in more detail with Detective Gaither about what happened on Monday that Kel punched you in the back of the head?
You said it again?
Do you remember going in more detail with Detective Gaither and Detective Phyllis about that Monday night?
I don't recall.
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither about the type of money that you had? You had a whole bunch, hundreds, and a whole bunch of.
So,
Do you remember that or do you not?
I don't remember. When they was questioning me, what I said, I don't recall. It was just, I can't repeat what I said because I just said what I said.
And what you told me was that the truth about what happened that Monday?
So whatever whatever I said to them is what I told them. So when they ask me questions, whatever I thought I wanted to say, that's what I said.
Was it the truth or were you just making stuff?
I don't recall what I was telling them, so I can't answer it.
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither in a little more detail that you walked up and you tried to deadlift him, but he did not grab your knee?
I'm not talking about nobody.
Do you remember saying to Detective Gaither, so they walked up, like, is it good, bro? I'm like, yeah, all good. I reached out the other hand and he didn't break my hand.
I don't recall saying it.
Do you recall seeing an individual named Pokey at Plus Crucial on this same night? We were chatting.
Okay, maybe myself shit right. You keep asking me about things I don't told investigators in the page. From, I can't say from when to when, but so much was going on, my name's on everything. Police jumped on me, grabbed me. Everything I had a different story. I know 100% text, and I'm telling you now, I was not true. I was saying whatever they want me to say, I was saying whatever I come up with, I was trying my best to convince them that I didn't do nothing, that I'm an innocent person, and that people put their hands on me. When they ask me about any of these things, you see me keep asking me. Because you asked me, was I being true? I know I wasn't being true.
So when your testimony that she lied, everything you did.
See, you, the way you asked me, I don't recall what I'm saying in the interview, but I'm telling you now, they questioned me 2015, 14, whenever they was questioning me, I was making up stuff. So they asked me about this right here, I was making it up. They asked me about this right here, I was making it up. When they did me and they let me go, I'm just telling you.
Do you recall telling every detective?
Every time they got me, I told the police, I said, whatever y'all want me to do, just let me go.
Do you recall telling every detective, every interview, you gotta believe me, I'm talking about you?
This time,
Do you recall telling every detective, every interview, that you will fact check what I'm telling you?
say it again.
Sure. Do you recall telling every detective, in every interview that you had in 2015, you can go check what I'm saying, so you can believe me?
I mean, I don't know if I said it, I ain't said it.
In some of those interviews, were you in fact, were you arrested in some of those interviews?
I think so.
Okay. Do you recall telling detectives in those interviews that you was trying to get out of jail, telling you so you could check it and I can get out of jail?
Yeah, I told the investigators that I remember, I think, in one of the interviews, they was locking me up and my child birthday was coming up. And when they got it, I said, listen, man, whatever y'all want me to say, I will tell you right now. Just tell me what to say and I'll say it. Tell me what y'all want to know and I'll tell you. So they asked me about, President Trump. I had a story about Trump. If they asked me about you, I had a story about you. But it was to convince them that it wasn't me. This is what my institution. So you're asking me about interviews and I keep telling you, you're asking me step by 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 step. This is what I did. When they got me on this day, and I wanted to, I come up with something to tell them. That's why I can't clear what I said. I'm making it up.
What is it to lie to the police if you were trying not to be in trouble?
I was hoping to convince them so they can let me go.
Lie,
What you mean? Why would I lie to convince them?
why would you lie? you wanted to not go to jail?
Well, these ones not legit, but they don't know the plan.
They didn't let you go immediately.
Sometimes they let me go. The time they let me go, I'm smarter than you. He said,
But the detectives say that they had to fact check what you were telling them.
and no, some situation.
So what benefit did you provide? You told you to fact check.
Oh, it wasn't no benefit because what they did was they picked and choose, but they wanted to take from me. And they still left me in jail, so they can't make the big input.
So going back to my question, January 28th, 2015. Did you see Pokey at the club?
You want me to be honest with you? I think I just did. I just spoke to the God honest truth. What I did from January from 2014 until 2021. They already know me. They already know what's bullshit to say. What? Oh, sorry, everybody. No this shit. But
Rules.
What harm did come from telling the truth about you?
can you explain it?
What harm? Why would you need to lie? You were just trying to tell them about what you were.
That's,
Going back to the January 28th interview, understanding that you said you lied. Did you tell Detective Gator that you saw Pokey in Club Crucial on a Monday night where Kel knocked you down?
I don't even talk about what I did.
Do you know who Pokey is?
Yes, I do.
Who is Pokey?
A friend,
Okay,
me.
is Pokey related to you?
What you mean?
Is Pokey related to you?
Is it related to Doug?
Yes.
He may, I can't.
And you previously told police that Pokey is nothing.
Well, if I did, then I guess he did.
Did you say that everything is a lie in all of these interviews? In January 28th, did you tell Detective Gator the same Monday at Crucial that you walked to the kitchen and everyone was looking back and everybody was walking behind you?
Can you say it again?
Sure. Did you tell Detective Gator on that interview, excuse me, did you tell Detective Gator January 28th that while you were at the Crucial, that you walked towards the kitchen, you looked back and you saw everybody walking behind?
I don't recall what I told investigator, detective, whichever one.
Did you also tell Detective Gator in that interview, that you put your hand in your pocket, you turned around, and you and Kel were face to face?
I don't recall what I told the investigator.
Did you also tell Detective Gator in that same interview?
Right. Sir, no foundation for the prior hearsay statement.
Did Kel walk behind you and once you hit you in the back of the head, grab you and throw you?
It would all be new.
Did that occur?
Can you say that again?
Sure. On that Monday night of Crucial, did Kel walk behind you, punch you in the back of the head, grab you and throw you?
No, he walked up to me.
Do you recall telling Detective Gator that soon he punched me in the back of the head, grabbed me and threw me down?
No, he walked up to me and hit me in the face.
Do you recall telling Detective Gator what I said?
I don't recall what I told him.
When he threw you down, do you remember what?
I never hit the ground.
What happened after he threw you down?
I never touched the ground.
Did you tell Detective Gator in the January 28th interview he threw me down. He had his hands on me and he started pulling at you.
I don't recall that, so in this case. But I, he hit me in the face. I ducked my head and went through the crowd.
At any time, do you remember him grabbing your hot?
I don't recall.
Do you recall telling the segregation that he grabbed your pocket and he was trying to get it?
Nobody did see that.
I know earlier you said your head swelled up. Do you recall any other part of your body swelling?
No, I don't recall.
Do you recall telling the segregator, another person hit me and say, boom, my eye swelled up?
I don't recall. But somebody else did hit me.
Do you remember about how many people were hitting you?
No.
Earlier you said that you ran out of the club. Do you remember telling the segregator, I was really trying to run, but I can't run because they was holding me. They more or less were trying to take me.
I never tried to run.
I was saying that you never tried to run.
No, I just ducked my head. And I didn't run, but I just ducked my head and they made it. Whoever hit me, after they hit me, nobody hit me too.
Did they ever try to grab your mom?
I don't know if somebody trying to intentionally grab my money, but as I'm going through a crowd of people, you know, these people grabbing me and stuff, but not in a way that actually takes something from me.
Did you call some segregator, they were grabbing the money, but they wouldn't get it out?
So in this case,
Now, earlier, do you recall Bloody J fighting?
now I was supposed to, I'm trying to get my phone.
Do you remember telling the segregator that Moonstone was fighting?
I'll recall.
Now, what was your relationship like with your brother?
All right. Okay, that's it for tonight, guys. So you want me to go ahead and try, as you said, 2052, right? Hold on a second. Let me go get it. Let me go get it, Shay. Hold on a second. Let me go get it. Let me go get it. Let me go get it. Okay, let's do it now. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Go ahead. Let's. I will, Mr. Clean, in a minute. Just give me a minute for a second. It's 307? Okay, let me go to 307. 307.52. Okay, hold on. 307.52. 307.52. Okay, we're gonna start from here. Let's see.
Why don't we say we'll take lunch to 1:45 and then see where the afternoon leads us, okay? Mr. Copeland, lunch, and we'll see you at 1:45, okay?
All right.
All right. All rise.
Okay, it must not be there.
Go ahead.
It must not be there because this is 307. This must not be there, Shay. So let's try it again. Shay, give me the other one because it's not that one. You said 307? I'm on 307. Oh, never mind. Today's date, right? It's today one, right? Okay, this one from, that's yesterday's. Hold on a second. Let me close this one out. Okay, let me go get it. Hold on. Hold on, Shay. Let me go get it. Okay, here we go.
Let you complete your record, okay?
I understand the one party talk. I got it.
All right, okay. All right, so I told you, several times before, I told you and your colleagues, remember your professional responsibility, and let's not make this an ad hominem issue. I don't believe that either one of you are trying to do anything that would subvert your ability to practice law. So I mean, but
Ms. Love has intentionally lied to the court numerous occasions. You do nothing.
hold on. Let him finish. See, this is Mr. Steele. This is exactly what I'm saying. You cannot. It is not a good idea to state that your brethren across the bar are lying. Okay, in any time or any way.
I don't like doing it.
Okay, but don't. So don't. But don't because you don't. Don't because you don't have any proof.
I know the
If you have proof of it, then if you have proof, there's a mechanism in law and under the rules for you to submit that question to the Office of General Counsel and for an investigation to occur. But please stop, both of you. I've told both of you earlier, stop making these ad hominem attacks toward one another. Okay?
Everyone gets attacked. You say nothing.
Well, okay, but I've said something. You're going back to stuff that's happened in the past. So while I'm trying to deal with things that are current, so I've told you all most recently, as of about a week or so ago,
Okay, let's do it.
conduct as well. And remember what I told you about your professional response. Remember what I told you about your. And she's going to take me down as opposed to you. So when I start talking, stop talking, please. Okay. I'll let you complete your record,
I
okay?
understand the one party talk. I got it.
All right, okay. All right, so I told you, several times before, I told you and your colleagues, remember your professional responsibility, and let's not make this an ad hominem issue. I don't believe that either one of you are trying to do anything that would subvert your ability to practice law. So I mean, but
Ms. Love has intentionally lied to the court numerous occasions. You do nothing.
Hold on. Let him finish. See, this is Mr. Steele. This is exactly what I'm saying. You cannot. It is not a good idea to state
I
that
didn't
your
see that, Shay.
brethren across the bar are lying. Okay, in any time or any way.
I don't like doing it.
Okay, but don't. So don't. But don't because you don't because you don't have any proof.
I have all the
If you have proof of it, then if you have proof, there's a mechanism in law
I see it.
and under the rules for you to submit that question to the Office of General Counsel and for the investigation to occur. But please stop, both of you. I've told both of you earlier, stop making these ad hominem attacks toward one another. Okay?
Everyone gets attacked. You say nothing.
Well, okay, but I've said something. You're going back to stuff that's happened in the past. So while I'm trying to deal with things that are current, so I've told you all most recently, as of about a week or so ago, to stop all this. Remember, I told you the world's watching you. They are. So please don't from this point on, do not accuse each other of anything. If you want to go ahead and do it, there's a proper way to do it, but don't bring it up in front of me. Okay?
I'm just making a point that this has been going on and it's abusive. That is my point.
That's your assertion, sir, as a lawyer, okay? And maybe your frustration with everything. Like I told you, this trial's gone a long time. There's a lot of wear and tear, but everybody's got to rise above and be a professional advocate. That's what the system demands of you.
I'm not worn or torn. I am here to tell the court that from a objective, casual observer, could see what's going on here is inappropriate.
Okay. At the end of the day, I understand your concern that you have now shared with the court. Okay. All right. State, do you want to respond?
Your Honor, I just ask that the court strike the portions of Mr. Steele's, whatever that was, to the court regarding personal and ad hominem attacks on members of the state's team. Ms. Hilton will address the merits of the initial argument that Mr. Steele made. But as to personal attacks on members of the state's team, we'd ask that assertions that specific people have lied, that is disrespectful, that is unprofessional, and not one time has any such statement been made by any member of this team about anyone else.
Well, I think, Ms. Love, in the past, you've made some statements.
I have never said anyone lied.
You made some statements about Mr. Steele and
Your
about,
Honor.
so
Yes, you
just
did.
let me finish. I'm not done. All right. And about several others of your colleagues. I mean, and it may have been the heat of discussion and everything else. Like I said earlier, there's enough blame to go around for everybody. All right. So, but can we kind of stop that and draw things kind of forward? I've had 2 or 3 conversations with everyone about their obligations as professional advocates under the rules. Okay. And that while the court certainly agrees that ad hominem attacks are not, they don't make anybody look any good. They really don't. I mean, but I'm just saying I acknowledge that. I acknowledge what's been gone on in the past. So, and I ask that you all reflect upon that because, like I said, you can't say some of the stuff that people say to one another can't be taken back. They just can't. So, and that's just something that the court would just have you reflect upon.
Thank you,
both
Judge.
sides, okay?
And we just ask again that statements like Ms. Love lied be stricken from the record. Those are personal attacks. There's none been made, at least not this day.
I'm not gonna consider your ad hominem attacks. Either one is, okay?
Thank you.
Or anybody's, all right? Okay. All right, madam.
Your Honor, regarding Mr. Steele's assertions of our interactions with Mr. Copeland, we have not treated Mr. Copeland any different than we would treat any of our other witnesses in the state of Georgia. He is our witness. If he wants to be around us, he can. If he chooses not to, he doesn't have to be. The fact that he's saying we are coercing Mr. Copeland to speak is clearly not true, given Mr. Copeland's testimony here today. If we were coercing him to speak, he would answer my questions and I would not have to sit here and go in the back and forth and struggle with him. So clearly we are not being influential on Mr. Copeland, given our interactions with him outside of the courtroom. So again, Your Honor, there's nothing inappropriate about the state's interactions with Mr. Copeland. He is the state's witness. We can't interact. We have not influenced any of his testimony, Your Honor. And so we asked that, I don't know if it was a motion, be denied if that was what was being asked of the court.
All right. I'll include the state's exhibit 400, the statements of the most recent email that you have disclosed to the defense in this case, for purposes of the record. And I will also, to the extent that I don't think of Mr. Steele, let me just make sure. Are you again moving for mistrial, or did you make them within your statement? Did you ask the court for a mistrial?
Yes, based upon totality of what I said, yes.
Okay, I'm going to deny that motion, and I will also note for the record that it was that the same was positive for the next question. Okay. All right, Mr. Matthews, you're eating up your lunch. Okay, so.
I just want to put on the record that based upon my vantage point in the courtroom, I have a unique place where I'm able to see the jury, I'm able to see the witness, and I'm also able to see to the vestibule out here. And on yesterday, I just want to be clear that it's not only observed that.
Okay. We're gonna end that because we're gonna address that stuff another day. But okay, everyone, I'm gonna go ahead on and get off this live. There are some folks that wanted to address me on the we're gonna go to the other channel. I just got a message from Nona, so I'm gonna go ahead on and handle that other stuff on the other channel. But everybody else, you guys have a great, wonderful, wonderful night. All right, mods, meet you on the other side. Okay.